Hello everyone, I am Harshita and today I am going to explain you about the topic invoice tolerances. So it determines for variances between invoices and the documents you match them to, such as purchase order. It calculates in a simple language, it calculates a variance between the invoice and purchase order and a range is determined up to which this variance is allowed. If if variance goes beyond that tolerance level, then at the time of validating the invoice, while we are creating the invoice, a system will place a hold there, right? It will not allow us to validate. If we have set an invoice tolerance at a invoice level that time. Now, if you set a percentage tolerance of 0, then there will be no variances allowed at all. If you specify some small amount of percentage as a tolerance, then only low tolerance is allowed or activated. And if on activated tolerance, you don't have any value, then infinite variance will be allowed. So it depends upon the tolerance level which you are setting, that how much percentage of variance will be allowed or not allowed. Now, there are two types of invoice tolerances. First, quantity based tolerance. It applies to invoices with a match basis of quantity. Here, the main focus will be on the quantity for giving a tolerance level. Like there are different types of quantity based tolerance. First, ordered percentage, and second, maximum ordered. In both the case, at the time of validation, it checks the billed quantity against the ordered quantity. But the difference between the two is it gives difference in percentage, while this gives difference in the quantity form. Next is receipt percentage and maximum receipt. In this, validation checks the built quantity against the received quantity. And in both the uh, type, the difference is receive percentage gives difference in percentage and maximum receive gives the difference in the quantity form. And the next is price percentage. In this, percentage difference is given between the unit price of an purchase order schedule line and in your invoice. This is what is price percentage tolerance, quantity based tolerance. Then the next is conversion rate amount. In this, validation compare the ledger currency amount using the invoice and purchase order currency rate respectively. This can be used for foreign currency invoices. Now, next, schedule amount. It gives variances between all invoice amounts in the entered currency and the purchase order schedule amount. And after that, total amount. In this, variances allow for both conversion rate as well as schedule amount in combination. And this tolerance can also be used for foreign currency invoices. And the last two types in quantity based tolerance are consume percentage and maximum consumed. In this, validation checks the build quantity against the consumed quantity. And as consume percentage is there, it gives difference in percentage form and maximum consume give difference in the quantity form. So these were all the types including or under the quantity based tolerance. Now, the next type is amount based tolerance. It applies to invoices with a match basis of amount, like ordered percentage, maximum order. In this, validation check the billed amount against the ordered amount. In ordered percentage, it gives in percentage, and maximum order, the difference is given in the amount form. Then receipt percentage and maximum receipt, it gives or validate the billed amount against the receipt amount. Same, receipt percentage in percentage form, maximum received in amount form. The difference is given in the percentage form and the in maximum receipt difference is given in the amount form, right? Now, conversion rate amount. It's with the validation in comparison with the ledger currency amount using the invoices and purchase or order conversion rate respectively. And the last one is total amount. As discussed above also, it gives variance or allow variances for both conversion rate amount and schedule amount in combination. So this was all the various types of invoices tolerances which you can fix or give according to the requirement. Now, what are the steps we need to follow for this? First, manage invoice tolerances. By using this task or by using this page, you can set a tolerance level or you can create a tolerance level. We can say that you can create your own tolerance level here. Next is manage invoice option. Here, the created invoice tolerance you can activate from this page. When you give in this manage invoice option, invoice tolerances, then what happens? While creating the invoices, this tolerance level will be activated and it will check for the variances in the creation of invoices and will let you know if it is if the variance is going beyond the tolerance level. And here we have set the tolerance level at invoices level. If you want to fix or give the tolerance level at supplier level, then at the time of creating supplier site, you can do the same. So these are the three steps which you can follow in the application for giving the invoice tolerances. Now we will go to the application and see how it is done. Now, after logging to the application, go to setup and maintenance. Now go to manage implementation project. Now search and select your project. Now in the taskbar, search for the task manage invoice tolerances. Click here. Go to manage invoice tolerances, go to task. Now here you can see that already created tolerances. Now for creating the new, click on this add icon. Now here you can give the name to your invoice tolerance, like I'm giving here amount ordered by 5%. And in description, however, this is not mandatory, but if you want, you can give description also, like I'm giving here tolerance limit of 5%. Now type, as we have discussed about two types, first quantity based and then amount based. So it is asking for the type here. Select the required type. I'm selecting here amount based. Now under amount based, we have discussed many types of tolerances. You can see all that here and just activate or enable the checkbox of the tolerance which you want to give here. Like I'm giving here maximum ordered. Just enable this and give tolerance limit here. That was 5%. Now, what happens by setting this? Variance will be allowed between the billed amount and the ordered amount up to this tolerance limit. Beyond this, variance will not be allowed. So this is how you can create invoice tolerances. Now just save and close. You can see that amount ordered by 5% is coming here. So this is how you can create the invoice tolerances. I have shown you about amount based. You can also create a quantity based in a same manner. Now click on done. Now, if you want to activate this tolerance level at your invoices while creating the invoices, you want this tolerance level to be activated. So for that, you go to the task, manage invoice options, search for this task, click on this hyperlink, go to manage invoice options, go to task. Under matching heading, you can see quantity tolerances and amount tolerances is coming here. If you have created quantity tolerance, you can just select the same from here. Right now we have created amount tolerance of 5%. So just click on this drop down. You can see that it is coming here, select the same and click on save and close. So by this, your tolerance level get activated at the invoice option and will be, you can see this at the time of creating the invoices also. Now, if you want to set this invoice tolerance level at the supplier level, for that, you need to go to Navigator. Under procurement, go to suppliers. From this task list, you can go to create supplier. And while creating the supplier, when you are giving the supplier site, at that time you can activate this quantity tolerance or amount tolerance from there. But right now I'm just showing how it is done in the supplier which is already created. So I'm going to the manage supplier and searching for the supplier here. Just click on edit. Now go to sites, click on edit. Here under invoicing tab, you can see quantity tolerance and amount tolerance is coming. So from here also, you can set the same. Just click and you can see amount ordered by 5%, which we have created is coming. Just select the same here and give this tolerance level at the supplier level if you want to. Right now, I'm not selecting here. So I'm just canceling it. You can select it if you required. So this was all about the invoice tolerances. In this, we have seen there are two types of tolerances based on quantity and based on amount. Then we have seen how it is created. And if you want to give that tolerance at the invoice level, then we use the option manage invoice option. And if you want to give that at supplier level, then under supplier site, under that invoicing tab is there where you can give the same. So this was all about the invoice tolerances. Thank you.